Hold up for a second here. Shout out to Aisha Robinson joining us right now, but we do have some official news here. We know that the Cowboys may have to use the franchise tag on Osa and Digazua. They're working on those contracts and stuff. And we know Jerry Jones was missing in action, which was not a bad thing because at least we didn't hear some bullshit answer like we're all in. But we are hearing, as of about 15 minutes ago, the Cowboys have officially opened Micah Parsons contract talks. Okay? Micah Parsons has made it clear he does not want this to drag on. The Cowboys are now getting busy. Get busy, y'all, busy, y'all, busy, y'all. Get busy, y'all, busy, y'all, busy, y'all. Micah Parsons made it clear he does not want to wait for his contract extension with the Cowboys, with some thinking Parsons wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in football, even though Micah has stated he isn't looking for that. So number 11 is saying all the right things, wants to remain in Dallas. Suck on it, Eagles fans. I'm sick and tired of you. I want this thing done just so I won't have to listen to Philly 500 swearing that Micah Parsons, future Eagle, he's going to get traded to the Eagles. If the Cowboys were to trade it, the last mother humping place they would trade him is to the damn Eagles. Okay? Trust me. He has let you know he is not that into you. Okay? Yes, he's from Harrisburg, but that doesn't mean he wants to come back there. He wants to stay the hell away from that stinky ass cheesesteak city they call the Eagles. Okay, let me finish this. And on Sunday, as the scouting combine in Indianapolis is winding down, talks are starting up. Micah's position, well, that is one side of the negotiation with Dallas front office not exactly having the best of times regarding extending players. And we have to look no further than Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb's last offseason as the two saw them stumble through the offseason. However, the question is, Cowboys Nation wants to know is, will this offseason be any different with Micah? There's always extenuating circumstances to these things. Every contract negotiation is different. With Lamb, there were receivers trying to get their deals done, and some of them still had not gotten theirs done, and CD deal was just different. We'll just see how Micah goes. It doesn't necessarily, I don't know necessarily that there's a lot of extenuating circumstances out there that would prevent us from being able to get our hands around something with Micah, but we'll see. So there you have it. There isn't anything stopping the Cowboys from extending Micah, except the Cowboys and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, here's the thing I'm going to say real quick, and I'll let you guys comment on it. If you're having problems getting Osa done, if you do tag him, he will be a hard $24 million that you have to account for on the league year on the 12th. Currently, as it stands, the Cowboys have about $2.5 million. They'll get $18 million that rolls into it. So now you've got to take basically all of the money that you've gotten from that to basically do that hard number. If you can go ahead and get Micah Parsons done. Micah currently is a $24 million hit. And you can structure it usually the first year. If we take CeeDee Lamb, for example, his fifth-year option was 18.9. His actual number was like 8 for the year. So you could save about $14 million on the cap with Micah's. But so between Micah's money, the rollover, and what you have right now, if you can get that done before next Wednesday, then you're okay, and you don't even have to pull any of the triggers to have him under contract as well as Micah from the savings. And then when you do get it done, you will get that money back. Although I would probably look to see the Cowboys use the trigger on Dak Prescott, which will basically get him about $39 million in cap space. Probably CeeDee Lamb as well, and see if they are actually a player. So that's what we have. So go ahead. Here's the difference of what the Cowboys did versus Jalen Hurts. Now, granted, it's like $7 million more per year. Jalen Hurts, they've kicked $94 million to 2029. And so Jalen Hurts got paid 2 years ago. So that's all counted as a voidable year. The Cowboys, they chose to take the money, and I told you about the money that they had from the original contract because they kept borrowing it. They had to take that money plus then the guaranteed money. So, hey, Aisha. So the thing is the Cowboys have it set up that the first 2 years, the first 2 years of the contract is all of the money. They're not putting it all the way down the road, but they do have voidable years until 2032. So I mean, they could technically go through and say, you know what, we're going to take $15 million hits every year for 5 years and get rid of Dak in 2026. So that's the difference. So Jalen Hurts, they just backloaded all the money. The Cowboys typically put the money in front. And if you look at, say, Diggs, for example, Diggs, you can cut him and get money left out of that contract because they didn't backload it. If they backloaded, we'd still owe him a lot more money on the cap that we'd have to account for now. But we don't because they had all that guaranteed money up front and so forth, and they took care of the first 2 years, and that's how they can get out of it. I don't see anybody trading for him. I think he's just going to end up getting cut and before the injury settlement falls into it. So that's where it. Shout out to We the Ones for the super chat. Yeah. It might be $400 million. But you know what it's like is, my parents bought their house, in the 60s for $17 million. I'm sorry, $17,000. Okay? And back then, $17,000 was a lot. Well, if you bought that house in the 60s for $17,000 and you didn't have to pay for it until now, it's chump change. And that's the difference. And that's where the Cowboys are short-sighted. They don't understand. And people always say you're kicking the can down the road. But you remember when I told you that the salary cap was going to go up a lot more than what they were anticipating? Everybody kept saying, oh no, the salary cap, it's only going to go up about $10 million. Yes, ma'am. I did? Okay, I'm sorry. I've got a lot of stuff going on here. There's 4 screens. How many months has it been, Aisha? 49. Damn. You're almost a big 50. Shout out to Aisha Robinson on it. Yeah, appreciate you. Hope you're doing good. I know it's hard with your mom being gone.